Ethan Carter's heart raced as he sat in Atlanta's bustling airport, the glow of a $15 million deal still electric in his veins. At 42, he just sold his family's pharmaceutical company, a legacy built on his father's rare drug patents. The promise of financial freedom for him, his wife Lauren, and their twin daughters, freshmen at Duke, felt like a new dawn. His phone buzzed, his lawyer confirming the paperwork was nearly done. Ethan grinned, imagining surprising Lauren with the news tonight. The flight board flickered and a miracle happened. His name cleared the standby list for an earlier flight to Charlotte. First class, no less. He tossed cash on the bar, waved to the bartender, and sprinted to the gate, briefcase in hand. The agent handed him a boarding pass with a smile. Lucky day, Mr. Carter. Ethan nodded, settling into his plush seat, a gin and tonic in hand. As the plane taxied, he dreamed of a future with Lauren, travel, freedom, a life unburdened. He dozed off, the hum of the engines lulling him into visions of their Charlotte mansion, cozy nights, and shared laughter. The jolt of landing snapped him awake. It was past midnight, too late to call Lauren. Exhausted and slightly tipsy, Ethan opted for a taxi over driving his parked truck. The ride to their suburban home was quiet, his mind replaying the deal's success. The driver nudged him awake as they pulled into the driveway. Ethan tipped generously, grabbed his bags, and stepped out, eager to slip into bed beside Lauren. But then he froze. A sleek black Porsche sat in his spot, glinting under the streetlight. His stomach twisted. Lauren hadn't mentioned guests. He stood there, the night air sharp against his skin. His mind scrambled for innocent explanations, a friend's visit, a neighbor's car, but dread crept in. He'd spoken to Lauren at noon and she'd said nothing about company. Quietly, he approached the side door, key trembling in his hand. The house was dark, silent. He crept through the kitchen, up the stairs, each step heavier than the last. The bedroom door was ajar. Ethan pushed it open and his world shattered. Lauren lay sprawled across their bed, her arm draped over a man he didn't recognize. They were asleep, tangled in sheets, her soft snores, once a comfort to Ethan, now a dagger in his chest. The man, broad-shouldered and smug even in sleep, had his clothes neatly folded on Ethan's favorite chair. Rage surged, then cooled to icy resolve. Ethan pulled out his phone, snapping photos of the scene, the flash cutting through the dark. He grabbed the man's wallet, keys, and clothes, his hands steady despite his pounding heart. Downstairs, he unlocked the Porsche with the fob and tossed his bags inside. Sitting in the driver's seat, he opened the wallet. Derek Hayes, a car salesman from a local dealership. Ethan's jaw clenched. He started the engine, the car's purr a stark contrast to the chaos in his mind. He drove a mile, pulled over, and stared at Derek's driver's license. An address in Charlotte. A plan formed, lawful, calculated, devastating. Ethan wasn't just a businessman, he was a strategist. And this betrayal would not go unanswered. Ethan Carter's hands gripped the steering wheel of Derek Hayes' black Porsche, the leather cool against his palms. The Charlotte streets blurred past, each turn fueling his resolve. The image of Lauren, his wife of 20 years, tangled in their bed with another man seared his mind. Her soft snores, once a lullaby, now echoed betrayal. But Ethan wasn't the type to lash out. He was a planner, a strategist who'd built a $15 million empire from his father's small pharmaceutical company. And now he channeled the precision into justice. He pulled into a motel parking lot, the neon sign flickering against the night sky. Checking in under his name, Ethan dropped Derek's clothes and wallet on the bed, resisting the urge to destroy them. Instead, he opened the wallet again. Derek's driver's license listed a Charlotte address not far from Ethan's own home. A business card confirmed Derek was a salesman at a luxury car dealership. Ethan's jaw tightened. This wasn't just a betrayal, it was a cliché. He pocketed the keys and license, then sank into a chair, his mind racing. Sleep was impossible. By dawn, Ethan was showered and back in the Porsche, the engines hum a faint distraction from his churning thoughts. He drove to Derek's address, a tidy suburban house with a tricycle on the lawn. A woman answered the doorbell, her face tired but kind. "Can I help you?" she asked, eyeing Ethan's rumpled suit. He held up Derek's license. "I'm Ethan Carter. I found this in a car parked at my house last night. I think it belongs to your husband." Her eyes widened, then narrowed. "I'm Sarah Hayes. What's this about?" Ethan hesitated, choosing his words carefully. "I came home early from a business trip and found my wife with another man. I believe it was Derek. I have proof, but I won't show it unless you ask." "I'm not here to hurt you, Sarah. I just want to do this right." Her face paled, but she nodded, stepping aside. "Come in. We need to talk." Inside, Sarah poured coffee, her hands shaking. Derek said he was at a late sales meeting. I should have known. Ethan sipped the bitter brew, his own pain mirrored in her eyes. I took his car and clothes, he admitted. I was angry, but I don't want trouble. I want them to face consequences legally. Sarah's gaze hardened. The Porsche is in my name for tax reasons. If it's stolen, I can report it. That'll hit Derek where it hurts. His job depends on his reputation. Ethan leaned forward, intrigued. You're suggesting we turn this on him? Sarah nodded. He's been careless before. If the dealership hears he's involved in a scandal, he's done. And I want out of this marriage. Ethan felt a spark of hope. I'm meeting a divorce lawyer today. I can protect my assets, but I need to make sure Lauren doesn't get a dime she doesn't deserve. Can we work together? Sarah extended her hand. Deal. They strategized quickly. Sarah would report the Porsche stolen, claiming she'd left it at a friend's house overnight. Ethan would return it to her later, ensuring no trace of theft led back to him. He'd use the photos of Lauren and Derek as leverage in his divorce, but only through his lawyer to keep things clean. As Ethan drove to his attorney's office, his phone buzzed, Lauren. He ignored it, his focus razor-sharp. The game was on, and he was playing to win. At the law firm, Ethan met Anna Reinhardt, a sharp-eyed divorce attorney recommended by his business lawyer. Mr. Carter, let's make this airtight, she said, scanning his photos. Your company shares are separate property, predating your marriage. Lauren can't touch the $15 million. But your joint assets, house, savings will need negotiation. File today and we'll serve her tomorrow. Ethan nodded, his heart heavy but resolute. Do it. I want this over. As he left, his phone buzzed again. Lauren's voicemail was shaky. Ethan, please, we need to talk. I'm so sorry. He deleted it, driving back to the motel. The Porsche gleamed in the lot, a symbol of Derek's arrogance. Ethan smiled grimly. By tomorrow, Derek would be explaining a stolen car to the police and Lauren would face divorce papers. Betrayal had a price and Ethan was collecting lawfully, mercilessly. Ethan Carter's pulse thrummed as he parked Derek's black Porsche in a quiet Charlotte lot, the morning sun glinting off its hood. His alliance with Sarah Hayes, Derek's betrayed wife, was a gambit, lawful, precise, and poised to unravel the lives of their unfaithful spouses. Ethan's plan was simple but devastating. Let Derek and Lauren scramble while he and Sarah turned their betrayal into consequences. His divorce lawyer, Anna Reinhardt, had the photos of Lauren and Derek ready to secure Ethan's $15 million fortune. Now it was Sarah's move. At her suburban home, Sarah dialed the police, her voice steady. I'm reporting a stolen vehicle, a black Porsche, registered in my name. I left it at a friend's house last night, and it's gone. She gave the address of a nearby cafe where Ethan would leave the car. The officer promised to investigate. Sarah hung up, her eyes meeting Ethan's. They'll trace it to Derek's dealership. He's done. Ethan nodded, impressed by her resolve. I'll drop the car off and disappear. You sure you're okay? Sarah's smile was grim. I want a fresh start, too. Ethan drove to the cafe, parked the Porsche, and wiped down the keys before tossing them inside. He took a cab back to his motel, his mind racing. Lauren's voicemails piled up, pleading, desperate, but he ignored them. His focus was on the endgame. By noon, his phone buzzed with a text from Sarah. Police found the car. Derek's been called in. Ethan's lips twitched. The trap was closing. Meanwhile, Lauren paced their Charlotte mansion, her stomach churning. She'd woken to find Derek's clothes and car gone and no word from Ethan. Panic set in. Had Ethan come home? Had he seen them? She called Derek, who was frantic. My Porsche is missing, Lauren. I told my boss I was at a client's, but if they find it, I'm screwed. Lauren's voice shook. What if Ethan took it? He hasn't answered my calls. Derek cursed. I need my stuff back. I'm heading to my house. Derek arrived at his home in borrowed sweats, courtesy of Lauren's frantic search through old gym bags. The door was locked and the spare key under the backyard rock was missing. Sarah's doing as planned. Desperate, Derek pried open a window, triggering the alarm. Sirens wailed within minutes. 2 officers approached, hands on holsters. Sir, step away from the house. Derek froze, stammering. This is my home. I lost my key. The officers exchanged glances. Your wife reported a stolen Porsche. Care to explain? At the station, Derek's story unraveled. The Porsche, found at the cafe, was linked to his dealership. His boss, alerted by the police, demanded answers. Derek's lies about a client meeting collapsed when Sarah calmly told the police she hadn't seen him last night. His reputation as a top salesman teetered. Back at the motel, Ethan got another text from Sarah. He's suspended. Dealership's furious. Ethan exhaled. relief mixing with pain. Step 1 was complete. Ethan met Anna Reinhardt again that afternoon. "Papers are ready," she said. "We'll serve Lauren tomorrow. The photos ensure she won't contest the terms. Your company sale is safe, but we'll negotiate the house and savings." Ethan's jaw tightened. "She can have the house. I want nothing tying me to her." Anna nodded. "Smart. We'll push for a quick settlement." As Ethan left, his phone lit up. Lauren again. This time he answered. "Ethan, please let's talk," she begged. "Meet me at Center Cafe, 6 p.m., he said coldly, hanging up. He needed to see her face when the truth hit. At the cafe, Lauren sat pale, her hands twisting a napkin. Ethan slid into the booth, his eyes hard. "You know what I saw last night, Lauren? Don't lie." Her breath hitched. "I'm so sorry, Ethan. It was a mistake." His voice was steel. "A mistake? How many others were there?" She flinched, tears welling. 3 over the years. I hate myself for it." Ethan leaned back, the confession a fresh wound. "Papers are coming tomorrow. Hire a lawyer." He stood, leaving her sobbing, the cafe's warmth a stark contrast to his icy resolve. Ethan Carter sat in his motel room, the weight of Lauren's confession, 3 affairs over their 20-year marriage, pressing against his chest. The Charlotte dawn was gray, mirroring his mood, but his resolve held firm. His alliance with Sarah Hayes had set the trap. Derek's stolen Porsche had landed him in hot water, and Lauren's divorce papers were en route. Ethan's phone buzzed. Sarah again. "Dealership fired Derek. He's a mess." Ethan exhaled. Justice was moving fast. At the police station, Derek slumped in a chair, his borrowed sweats wrinkled, his confidence shattered. The officers had released him after Sarah clarified she found the Porsche, but the damage was done. His boss, furious at the scandal, had called him in. "You lied about a client meeting and now a stolen car report? You're done." The manager snapped. Derek's pleas fell flat. His top salesman status evaporated. He called Lauren, voice shaking. "I lost my job. Did Ethan do this?" Lauren, pacing her office, whispered, "He knows everything, Derek. It's over." Lauren's world was crumbling. She'd spent the morning at her legal assistant job, dodging curious glances from coworkers. Ethan's words at Center Cafe, "Hire a lawyer," echoed in her mind. She called her friend, a divorce attorney, but hesitated to admit the full truth. At noon, a courier arrived at her office. "Lauren Carter?" She nodded, dread pooling in her stomach. The envelope held divorce papers, citing infidelity. Her hands trembled as she skimmed the terms. Ethan would keep his $15 million company sale. She'd get half the house's value. Tears blurred her vision. She'd lost him. Ethan, meanwhile, drove to Duke University to see his twin daughters, Emma and Ava. The 2-hour drive gave him time to rehearse the hardest conversation of his life. At a campus diner, the girls hugged him, their smiles fading at his grim expression. "Dad, what's wrong?" Emma asked. Ethan took a deep breath. "Your mom made a mistake. A big one. She was unfaithful. I'm filing for divorce." Ava's eyes widened. "No, Dad. She didn't." Emma grabbed her sister's hand. "Is it true?" Ethan nodded, his voice steady. "I saw it myself. I'm sorry." The girls' tears came fast, but so did their strength. "We're with you, Dad," Ava said, wiping her eyes. "But what about Mom?" Ethan softened. "She's still your mom. Love her, but I can't stay. I'm starting over, new business, new goals. I'll cover your tuition, no matter what." Emma squeezed his hand. "You're the best, Dad. We'll make you proud." Ethan hugged them, a flicker of hope piercing his pain. His daughters were his anchor. Back in Charlotte, Sarah faced her own reckoning. Derek, now jobless, begged to stay. "I messed up, Sarah. Let me fix it." She crossed her arms. "You humiliated me. I'm filing for divorce, too. The kids deserve better." She'd already consulted a lawyer, using Ethan's photos as leverage. Derek's bravado was gone. He left, tail between his legs, to crash with a friend. Sarah texted Ethan. "Papers filed. Thanks for the push. Ethan replied. We're both free now. By evening, Ethan met his business mentor, Tom, at a quiet bar. You're handling this like a pro, Tom said, sipping a beer. What's next? Ethan leaned forward, eyes bright. I'm launching a startup health tech, focused on affordable meds. The sale money's my seed fund. Tom grinned. That's the Ethan I know. Turn pain into purpose. Ethan nodded, a spark igniting. Lauren and Derek's betrayal had broken him, but he'd rebuild stronger, smarter, free. 3 years later, Ethan Carter stood in a Charlotte ballroom, the glow of chandeliers reflecting off his tailored suit. His daughter Emma's wedding was a whirlwind of joy, her laughter mingling with the music as she danced with her new husband. Ethan, now 45, was leaner, stronger, a marathon runner who'd traded boardrooms for mountain trails. His health tech startup, born from the ashes of his family's company, was thriving, making affordable meds accessible. He smiled, a new partner, Mia, at his side. Mia, a vibrant climber he'd met scaling Kilimanjaro, squeezed his hand. Emma looks radiant, she said. Ethan nodded, his heart full. His daughters, Emma and Ava, had graduated from Duke, their futures bright with his support. The $15 million from his company sale was secure, thanks to his lawyer, Anna Reinhardt. The divorce had been swift. Lauren got half the house's value, nothing more. Ethan had moved on, his life a testament to resilience. Across the room, Lauren sat alone, a glass of wine in hand. Her once vibrant eyes were dim, her legal assistant job a grind she endured. The divorce had stripped her of the mansion and her social standing. Friends whispered about her mistakes. Her daughters loved her but kept their distance. She'd sought therapy, grappling with her guilt over 3 affairs, but the weight of betraying Ethan lingered. Seeing him now tanned, confident, with Mia stung. She'd lost everything. Derek Hayes fared worse. After losing his job at the dealership, his reputation never recovered. The stolen Porsche scandal, orchestrated by Sarah and Ethan, had branded him unreliable / character count exceeded limit continuing. / in Charlotte's tight-knit business circles. Sarah's divorce left him with minimal assets, and he'd moved to a small apartment, scraping by with odd sales jobs. His charm, once his strength, was now a hollow echo. Sarah, meanwhile, had started fresh, opening a bakery with her settlement money, her kids thriving under her care. She'd texted Ethan last month, thanks for the push. I'm free. At the wedding, Ava approached Ethan, her boyfriend trailing behind. Dad, you look happy, she said, hugging him. I am, Ethan replied. You and Emma gave me strength. So did this. He gestured to Mia, who grinned. Ava glanced at Lauren, then back at Ethan. Mom's trying, but I'm proud of you. Ethan's throat tightened. He'd turned betrayal into triumph, not through vengeance, but through purpose. Lauren caught his eye as she stood to leave. For a moment, their gazes locked, her regret meeting his resolve. She nodded faintly, then walked out, her steps heavy. Ethan turned to Mia. Ready for our next climb? He asked. She laughed. Always. As the music swelled, Ethan felt free, his new life a victory over the past.